Wherever there is a railway, there are always trucks. They are the coal and water to the railway as they transport goods from place to place. On the island of Sodor, the trucks are extremely troublesome. They like causing havoc and mischief, often getting into trouble, most notably Percy. The only engines who don't mind them are Edward, Stepney, and Salty. One day, Boko was shunting some trucks when he spotted a tanker he had never seen before. The tanker eyed him suspiciously. Boko felt uneasy.
Hello. Well, a good morning to you too.
Why don't you just piss off?
I do beg your pardon. You are by no doubt the most horrid truck I've ever met. Where are your manners?
Go boy your face, you big green booger! Boko was shocked. He left the yard in a rage. Later, he told Duck about the tanker.
Oh, I've heard of him. He's owned by the Bogginston Fuel, and is used for transporting highly flammable substances. I call him Wretch.
A good name. He certainly is one.
James had been eavesdropping on the conversation.
What on earth is a wench?
Wretch, not wrench cloth he is. He's a very rude and insolent fuel tanker, the most...
I know everything about trucks. They are rude and despicable, but you can make them behave. I don't boast, but trucks are a piece of cake for me. They wouldn't dare cause trouble for a splendid red engine like me.
Yeah, sure, that accident on your first day happened for no reason.
It was my crappy wooden brakes, and where'd you hear that from?
Thomas, Percy and Toby told us a lot, you know.
I heard a tale about an engine and some tar wagons.
Shut up! As soon as I see that truck, I'll bang him so hard he'll break the smithereens. Ha!
I'd like to see you try.
That evening, James told the other engines what he had heard about Wretch.
Duck is absolutely right. That toilet on wheels is a nightmare.
Huh, you're just a small green engine. That's why he's rude to you. He wouldn't dare cause any trouble for me.
Oh, don't remind me of that stupid steamroller.
I bet you I could do pretty well with that tanker. I'll show you when I get the chance.
Of course, Henry had never met Wretch, and his chance came the next day.
Morning, Wrench.
That's not my name, you great fat turd!
Wow, you really are a troublesome truck. But you will not be causing any trouble for me. I expect you to behave when you're with old Square Wheels. Understand? Now come along!
Wait, you stupid hippo! Quiet!
Enough rumbling!
This portly engine thinks he's got bigger buffers than us. We'll show him.
Yes!
The trucks decided to carry out their naughty act when they reached Gordon's Hill. Time to slow down, Henry.
No! Push him!
And with a loud bang, they pushed him down the hill.
What the hell are you doing? Stop!
We're making it easier for you. Henry went faster and faster as he approached Wellsworth.
I've got to stop! I've got to stop! Oh crap! Look out, Edward!
Henry braked as hard as he could.
Stopped at last. Ow! God damn it! I can't move!
You've cracked your pistons and snapped your wheels. We'll get the crane. It's either that or extremely painful journey to the works. You probably broke him while you were braking. James came by with the breakdown train and the fat controller on board.
Well, Henry. You said you could control cars, yet they'd make you look absolutely disgraceful.
You are despicable!
Quiet! Edward, since you're capable of handling trucks, you should take them to the harbor. Boko will take your passengers. When Edward finally came back to the shed, he was exhausted. James found it all a great joke.
First Henry, then Edward? My, green and blue must be very bad colors for an engine. I'm ready to see and...
Oh, for God's sake, shut up!
I'd rather not. I am a splendid engine, and I know everything. You're just a fat, pompous blue sausage. Ha!
A noisy argument erupted between all the engines.
Ugh, I can't stand this! Quiet! If James thinks he can pull that dirty old tanker, then he'll show us tomorrow, eh?
Ha! I'll show you how to handle that dirty old tanker.
Next morning, James hurried to collect his train.
No, we want a proper engine, not a red dingbat!
Dingbat, eh? We'll see about that.
We won't go! We won't go!
No, we won't! No, we won't!
Shut up!
A little later, the trucks came to Gordon's Hill.
Hold back! Hold back!
Wow, this tanker really is a pain in the boiler, but I mustn't let it beat me.
James puffed slowly up the hill, battling against the trucks. He was almost at the top when Wretch snapped the coupling.
We're free! We're free!
Darn it! I must catch them.
The brakeman tried to stop the freight cars, but the load was too heavy. The runaway rushed through Rellsworth and rolled on.
I can go faster than this. Yes, I'm getting on them. Almost there. Ha! Thought you could run away, huh?
But there was trouble ahead.
Look out, James! Get out of my way!
Ah! Whoops! Sorry, Boko.
It's fine. Just get the breakdown train.
The fat controller came to inspect the damage.
If that tanker sprung a leak, any spark could have caused a big bang. Many people could have easily died.
I'm sorry, sir.
None of this was your fault, James. It was those stupid trucks.
It was mostly that tanker, sir.
That's it! I've had it with that silly-ass truck! Duck, as soon as you get him back on the rails, take him to the harbour and dump him in the sea. You can't do that! I'm private! And if the owner asks, tell him he was destroyed in the crash.
After the incident, James stopped boasting. The trucks were still troublesome, but James has learned how to control them, and they always behave when behind his tender. Even Gordon was impressed, but often teased him. James always ignored him and thought he was very silly indeed.
A lovely spring evening. The day's work was done, and Thomas backed down into his shed.
Thomas! Thomas! Have you heard the news?
What news?
The Mallard is coming to visit the island of Sodor.
Really? When?
Tomorrow! He's been touring the United Kingdom for his 75th birthday. Sodor is his last destination before he goes to the National Railway Museum.
Just then, Gordon slithered in with a sour look.
Hey Gordon, guess what? I've heard it. My silly cousin is coming to visit.
Shouldn't you be excited?
Not the one who broke my speed record. I think not. Of course not. You're just jealous, eh, Gordon? Jealous? That blue bumptious boxy bugger engine ruined my purpose to be the fastest engine in the world.
Gordon, that's childish. Records are being broken all the time. It's not his fault. He was just built to go fast. He didn't ruin your purpose. Your purpose was to provide passengers with a lovely journey.
Not being a big, reckless, speedy boob.
The next day, the engines were rushing with the final preparations. Crowds of people gathered all over Sodor to get a glimpse of Gresley's finest work. At Vickerstown, the line side was full of photographers and journalists.
15 more minutes.
15 minutes till what?
Until the mallard comes, we told you.
What's a mallard?
Oh my god, already? He's very early. Is that him?
It was him. He puffed proudly past the sheds and whistled long and loud. Cheering and flashing cameras erupted from the crowd.
Hello, hello, hello. I see you all. Don't worry.
Hello, hello. I'm a BR Class 35 Heimat number 7101 and... Oh, you're not listening.
What kind of engine is that? Looks like a blue shark. How disrespectful, Duncan.
You know, I've seen him a couple times at the National Railway Museum, but I've never actually talked to him.
Then you better get started today. Oh, here he comes! All hail Mallard!
Welcome to Sodor, Mallard.
It's a pleasure to be here. So wonderful to see you famous engines.
Oh, poppycock.
Ah, well, good day to you too, Gordon.
That evening, the engines all wanted a chance to talk to the Mallard.
How fast did you go on your record run?
I reached 126 miles per hour, faster than any other steam locomotive.
Well, I've gone 130. Bullshit. Bullshit. Absolute bullshit!
In front of the Mallard? Really?
Oh, it's fine. I've been around a lot, unsatisfied drivers and museum employees. Anyway, they're actually right, Gordon. You're not built to go 130, but it doesn't matter. All your friends here are a lot slower than you. I know how you feel, especially after high-speed trains were invented. Now I think I should go back to my shed. I have a lot of stuff to do tomorrow, like run my record run.
Well, good night, Mallard. See you tomorrow. The next morning, Gordon was collecting passengers at Knapford when Bear came in with Mallard's coaches.
What are you doing with Mallard's coaches?
I wanted to help Mallard, so he told me to get his coaches ready.
Oh, Bear, you shouldn't be helping him.
Why not? He's very kind.
He's a disgrace. He goes off showing people how fast he can go, and oh god, here he comes.
Morning. Thanks a lot, Bear.
You're welcome.
Silly diesel. And silly engine too. They're both incredibly disgraceful.
What's up with him?
Don't listen to him. He just wants attention.
When Gordon reached Crosby, he was more annoyed than ever. We must wait until Mallard runs through so the passengers can take photographs.
Oh, bollocks! We'll be late!
Don't worry, Gordon. The Fat Controller knows. But Gordon did worry, and he was very cross.
This will ruin my image. As soon as he puffs by, I'll wheesh him loudly and cover him in soot.
You do that, and you'll be shunting trucks for months. So Gordon stayed quiet. But Mallard thundered through with a roar. Gordon was furious. On his way home, however, he got an idea.
I'll show Mallard that I can go faster than him. I'll try to get home as fast as I can. I'll put every ounce of steam in and try to beat his record. All steam ahead!
Gordon went faster and faster and faster. Gordon, what are you doing? Gordon paid no attention.
He did it, I'll do it. He did it, I'll do it! Alright, speed 126. Let's get to 127. Let's get to 127. Let's get to 127. Come on, come on. Good wheels, good wheels. Oh yes, oh yes. Keep going, keep going, keep going.
What does he think he's doing? Sounds like he's jacking off. He's probably trying to break that speed record of his. Course he's only gonna get himself into trouble.
Gordon soon reached his full speed, and he couldn't go any faster.
Oh no, let's go faster. Come on, wheels!
Gordon had been so concentrated on getting past 126 miles per hour that he wasn't looking ahead. The signalman hadn't expected him so early, and the line was switched to the harbor instead of the sheds. Gordon was heading for disaster.
Oh dear, it's useless. Gordon, slow down! Oh shit! Ah!
James, Duck, and the Mallard had seen everything.
Ha! Glug glug Gordon. Serves him right for being a baby about speed.
That's not something to laugh at. There is no way we can get him out with a crane. He may be gone for good.
We can't just let him rust and become a shipwreck. We've got to save him.
Mallard's right. Gordon's too heavy to be lifted by crane. I can think of no other way we could rescue him. I'm afraid we may have lost our number 4.
You can't be serious. You managed to rescue Percy when he plunged into the water over there.
Percy is much smaller, Boko, and even he almost broke the cranes.
Wait a minute. The key! You could tow him underwater to the quay, and I can go down the quay into the water and pull him out.
That is far too dangerous. It'd may collapse under Gordon's weight.
Then have another engine do it. Sir, this is the only way he can be rescued. We must help him.
All right, but if you get lost too, I am not going to be liable.
Workmen swam to Gordon and tied him to a tugboat. Then they started to tow him towards the quay. This is as far as we can tow him.
That's fine. I can see him now.
Mallard slowly puffed down the quay and submerged. Then the workmen tied him up to Gordon.
All right, 1, 2, 3!
Mallard pulled as hard as he could. His wheels slipped and the quay creaked. The fat controller watched anxiously. Then, Gordon emerged from the water.
Well done, Mallard!
All the engines cheered except Gordon.
You don't know how lucky you are to be back on the rails. What the hell were you even doing? I was trying to break Mallard's speed record, but it failed. That's the stupidest bullshit I've ever heard, and you're damn right it failed.
May I take him to the works, sir?
Well, I guess.
Oh, thank you, sir.
Gordon didn't speak until he got to the steamworks.
I'm so sorry, Mallard. I was just jealous of your fame.
It's all right. I know exactly how you feel. I felt that way when high-speed trains came to age. You're quite famous, Gordon, but fame doesn't determine someone's quality.
You know, each time I've tried to break an engine's record, something always goes wrong. I lost my dome while trying to break City of Truro's record.
And you went swimming while trying to break mine? Well, perhaps you'll succeed next time.
Gordon is quite certain that there won't be a next time. Duncan loves complaining. He uses it to express his anger, but it never helps. Today, it was hot, which made him more grumpier than ever.
Mr. Percival's trying to kill us. He's putting us into labor during his drastic heat wave. I get no rest. I get no rest.
Quit your moaning and say something positive for once.
There's nothing positive to say.
Then keep your little Scottish mouth shut!
Ahem!
I know it's a hot day, but you all know better. Pah! As for you, Duncan, go and fetch the slate cars at the quarry and take them to Lakeside. Then you may rest for a while.
Too much work! I won't go! I'm gonna break to pieces if I do! You will if you don't get your ass moving in 5 seconds!
So Duncan puffed off. He complained all the way to the slate quarry. When he arrived, Bertram was there.
Good tidings, Duncan. You certainly look cheerful on this fine occasion.
Pah!
Ha 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 ha!
Duncan brought the slate cars to Lakeside, but it took a while for them to be unloaded.
Come on, can't you see I wanna go home?
There was worse to come.
Ah! God damn it! What the hell was that for, Sir Handel? I'm sorry, but it wasn't my fault. Oh, really? You smashed up all my slate cars! It's all Peter Sam's fault. He was just sitting there in the station, so I couldn't get through to my train. I had to hurry, and they gave me no warning that you were here. Huh. Well, we better go teach Pete a lesson, shall we?
Peter Sam was idling in the shed when Duncan and Sir Handel crept in.
Is there something wrong?
You caused Sir Handel to crash into my slate cars!
Oh, and just how do you suppose I did that?
You kept me waiting in the station, which caused me to be late for my train, which caused me to hurry and caused me to crash into Duncan's slate cars.
Good grief. You guys can't just blame someone else for something that clearly was your fault.
It wasn't Sir Handel's fault. It wasn't my fault either. The reason I was held up was because that Bulgy had an accident on the road just outside of Glennock.
Oh, so now you're going to blame Bulgy, aren't you?
You bet we are. We'll teach that big buffoon tomorrow.
Oh, for goodness sake. The accident's over with. Just forget about it.
But of course, they didn't. When Sir Handel saw Bulgy the next day, he didn't hesitate to give him a piece of his mind.
I have some things to pick with you. Yeah? You caused my accident. Bugger off! I don't know what you're talking about. You caused Peter Sam to be held up in the station, which caused me to be late, which caused me to hurry, which caused me to crash into Duncan's train, breaking his slate and injuring a walker.
Bulgy thought for a minute. He knew the road accident was entirely his fault. He was speeding and ran into a lorry, but he wasn't going to admit it.
It was the lorry I crashed into. The driver was drunk and sleepy. You expect me to believe that? It's the truth, you twit! I don't believe you. It was all your fault. Was not! Was too. Was not! Well, it was. Now, if you would excuse me, I'm going to run along before you do something else.
Bulgy was enraged. He did not appreciate being spoken to like that. The next day, Peter Sam was taking some workmen to the slate quarry when he passed Bulgy on the road.
You suck, you bumbling idiot bus! You caused Duncan's accident!
I ain't taking more of his bullshit!
He suddenly shot forward.
Oh, crap. That's it! You're going down, boy!
I'd like to see you try. Damn you, Bulgy! What the hell was the point of that? You are in so much trouble, boy.
And he was. The police came to investigate.
Be quiet, Bates. Goodness gracious, it's only been less than 2 days, yet the same bus gets involved in another accident on the same location.
This wasn't an accident, officer. This was intentional road rage!
Well put. Bulgy lost his temper and knocked Peter Sam off the rails. When Duncan and Sir Handel heard about the incident, they were furious.
What makes them think he can just bash other engines like that? I'll teach that blithering idiot a jolly good lesson or two.
And what would that accomplish?
It would escalate the situation to disaster. Just let it be, for God's sake. He's probably already gonna be removed from the road.
He needs to feel the exact amount of pain he caused Peter Sam. They'll have to learn for themselves. Ah, shut up, Grandpa.
Duke paid no attention. As the night went on, Duncan started to hate Bulgy even more. The next day, he came to Lakeside to pick up his passenger train when he saw Bulgy blocking a crossing.
Not on my railway!
Oh, that's bad.
Oops. The shop's on fire! I'll call 999. The fire crew arrived shortly, as well as Ivo Hugh of the breakdown train. Bulgy had suffered significant damage, but was removed before he could be destroyed by the fire, and would be able to be repaired. The shop, however, was lost. Mr. Percival spoke severely to Duncan.
Bulgy may have caused something leading up to that, but the only person who was at fault for your accident is Sir Handel. I've already spoke to him about it. You, on the other hand, have damaged yourself, Bulgy, and the news shop, and you've sent a man to the hospital. Bulgy was already being dealt with for what he did to Peter Sam. He won't be working near narrow gauge engines again. Of course, he won't be working anywhere right now because of what you've done. Once you're repaired, you'll be working all day with Bertram at the slate quarry for 2 weeks. And you won't be allowed to leave the quarry. Duncan growled. There are many things you can change about Duncan, but his attitude towards extra work is not one of them.
The rain was coming down hard on Sodor. There weren't as many tourists, but the engine still had a lot of work. And they work rain or shine because they have cabs to keep their crew moving. Bill and Beth loved the rain. The rails are wet and slippery, and they love gliding along them. They also love whooshing through puddles.
Here's a big one. Look, it's yours. Let's smash him.
Ah! Damn you, Bill and Ben!
They came into the harbor and found Henry idling.
You better get to the shed, Henry, or you'll spoil your paint.
What are you talking about?
Once an engine attached to the train was afraid of if you dropped the rain. It went into a tunnel, squeaked for its funnel, and wouldn't come out again.
Useless little twits!
The twins then went up to Anoka Quarry to tease Boko.
Is there something up?
How's your relationship with Daisy going?
What?
I saw you talking with her at Wellsford.
Oh, for goodness sake. She kept talking to me about fashion and her swerves, which I had no interest in, so I pretended I was listening. You to come up with the wrongest ideas.
Why don't you go sing in the rain? It's a lovely day.
I've been in the rain enough today. I would like to stay dry for now.
Oh, I think we have a Henry in this shed.
Quiet!
Bill and Ben laughed and headed back to the China Clay Works. The next day was stormy with thunder and lightning. The wind was very strong and the engines felt miserable, except for Bill and Ben, who loved playing in the rain. Come on, Bill and Ben, we need to get the clay delivered to the docks before the storm gets worse.
All right, all right. You obviously had no childhood.
The docks were in total chaos. The trucks were everywhere. Edward and Boca were sorting out the mess.
Good grief! Talk about being organized, Edward.
Bill and Ben, this is no time for being goofy. We are in the middle of a massive storm. This is a matter that must be taken seriously.
Oh, it's about time you two arrived. Get those trucks to the siding before the storm blows them over. Hurry!
Well, someone's enjoying the rain.
Boko is right. Get back to the China Clay Works before you get struck by lightning.
Lightning? Oh my!
Aha! Well, that did the trick.
Here are the workmen. How does the Fat Controller expect us to work during this weather?
I can't wait until the summer.
Summer? Summer's too hot and tiring. It's spring that gets me fired up.
Thomas told me about the time you really did get fired up with those fuel tankers. Good show, James.
Shut up, Edward!
What the blazes is that?
That's the flood siren.
A huge flood's coming! Get out of the docks! Get off the Brendan Peninsula!
I ain't staying here.
Oh no, the China Clay Works.
Edward, got to get out of here. They'll be fine.
No, they won't. There's workmen stationed there with Bill and Ben, and they probably don't even know the disaster is coming towards them.
Then I'll help you evacuate them.
Just look at this rain, Bill. Isn't it beautiful?
There's a flood coming. You must evacuate to Wellsworth as soon as possible.
Oh dear, that's not good. You heard him! Evacuate! Quickly! Bill, Ben, get the trucks and the brake vans. Come on!
Hurry, we haven't much time.
The workmen all scrambled into vans, empty trucks, cabs, and brake vans. Soon, the evacuation process was ready to begin. Or so they thought. As they left, Ben suddenly realized something.
Oh no, we forgot the men inside the mine shaft.
That's not good.
We must go back for them.
Absolutely not. The flood can hit us at any moment.
They are people and they have families. We must save them.
It's not safe.
Nothing's safe right now. Just let us go back and fetch them. You can take the rest of the train.
All right, but be very, very quick and extremely careful.
Bill and Ben hurried back to the China Clay Works and dashed into the mine. They found the workmen working away at the rock. The whole quarry's about to be flooded. You must come with us and evacuate. The workmen didn't hesitate and dropped their tools. They scrambled into Bill and Ben's cabs and the engines set off. However, by the time Bill and Ben emerged from the mine, their tracks were already submerged in water.
Ooh, I don't like this.
Quickly! I'm sure there's gonna be a lot more water soon. And it was right. The twins made it away from the quarry just before a huge wave smashed into the rocks. There was over 10 feet of water. Bill and Ben had no trouble until they reached a bridge. The water rocked it back and forward. We have to cross! It's the only way!
Are you crazy? We'll end up like Toby, but worse. Oh, stop being a pussy and go! Ah, stop pushing me!
The twins dangerously made their way across the bridge. It shook and swayed as the water tore at it. They were just in time.
We made it! Hooray!
Bill and Ben forged ahead through the blinding rain. They swam through a huge puddle and kept on going. Their wheels gripped the rails as hard as they could. At last, the two reached Wellsworth. The workmen all cheered.
Well done, Bill and Ben. You have saved the lives of 4 men. A fine effort indeed. I am very proud of you both.
Exhausted, Bill and Ben could only smile. The flood had caused significant damage to Brendan, but the engines worked hard to repair it. The Fat Controller spoke to Bill and Ben. You are perhaps the bravest engines we have ever had on this railway. You risked your life so 4 workmen could live longer. As a reward, we will place a plaque commemorating your bravery in your shed.
Thank you, sir.
And you may receive a major overhaul soon.
What does it mean, sir?
You'll be restored into a Trains 2010 version like Edwin and Moto. You will have moving eyes and smoke will come out of your whistles. You will also have very shiny paint. Bill and Ben were so happy they didn't know what to say. The Arlesdale Railway is known for its very small but useful engines. It is a huge tourist attraction and many flock to see the beautiful Arlesdale countryside. The engines were all very busy.
Good God, I hate all this work. Quarry work as well as passengers? What is this, a production line or something?
Oh, stop being an arse, Frank. You only work about 5 hours a day.
We, on the other hand, work about 10.
Stop arguing, all of you. It's a lovely day.
Breakdown train coming through. Oh, for goodness sake, you don't have to talk at the same time.
We wouldn't be identical if we didn't.
Come on, Mike. Time to get your train ready.
Well, it's about time.
Mike liked puffing through the countryside on his own. It made him so jolly inside.
Ah, this air is absolutely wonderful.
The coaches all agreed. However, Mike's mood changed whenever he had to wait for other engines to pass by.
Where the devil is he? Why can't Frank wait for me to pass by instead of making me wait for him?
Relax, Mike. We've only been waiting for about 2 minutes. And look, there's Frank.
Good tidings, Mike. I see your paint matches your mood.
Buzz off, Buzzbox.
Mike's favorite part of the line was the forest. He loved it here. It was quiet and peaceful. He wished he could live in the trees rather than on the railway. Mike stopped so the passengers could take photographs.
Why can't the other engines appreciate the forest like me?
Because everyone has different minds, Mike. We all have different interests. Before Mike could respond, a car suddenly rushed by at a tremendous speed. Shit! What kind of a wanker is driving that?
Probably a drunk, idiot.
Right. Come on, let's keep moving. When Mike reached Arlesdale, the car had crashed, and the driver was being questioned by the police. Jock was idling on the turntable.
What happened?
Drunk driver came in about 80 miles per hour. What stupid things road vehicles are.
They do have more freedom, though. They don't have to stick to the rails. They can simply roam wherever they like.
I'd rather keep my rails. You always go where you're meant to go, and don't have as many accidents.
But Mike was wondering what life on the road was like, and he talked about it with the other engines that night.
Only a daft engine would actually try to travel by road.
I'm not saying I'd actually try. I just thought being a car would be so much more efficient. You can go anywhere you like.
Well, it's not worth trying, haha. Next morning, Mike was steaming up for his train when Duck came by with some ballast trucks.
Morning, Mike. You look cheerful today.
I am. Hey, Duck. Have you ever wanted to just fly off the rails and move gracefully down the road without a care?
I'm going to have to say no, Mike. Have you?
I've been thinking that road travel is much more efficient than traveling by rail.
Ballast is ready.
I've always wondered what it's like. Bertie and Terence gave me an idea, but I want to experience it for myself. I wish I could ride on the road for once.
Ride on the road? Are you daft? Mike, you make me chuckle.
Shut up, Frank. Anyway, it's time to get my train ready.
Well, Mike, don't do anything stupid.
Mike was very busy that day and soon forgot all about his desire for road travel. He worked hard all day, running to and from Arlesdale. Soon, he was on his last run back to Arlesborough. Mike was always anxious to get home as soon as possible, as he didn't like traveling in the dark. He had bad experiences at night, including crashing into Frank while trying to find a farmer's lamb without a headlight.
Come on, we gotta get home before dark.
Calm down, Mike. We'll get there soon and you can have a good night's sleep. Not too far down the line, Jock was taking an old truck filled with cement. It was starting to leak.
Oh no! I must deliver this as soon as possible.
And Jock hurried along the line, making the car shudder and shake. Then, a huge dollop of wet cement poured onto the tracks. Jock didn't realize and kept on going. The wet cement eventually dried. Mike was heading straight towards it. He wasn't paying attention to the line and was looking up at the sky. When he and his driver realized what was in front of them, it was too late.
Ooh, good lord, what happened?
Some idiot left some shit on the tracks. I think it's cement. How the hell it got on the tracks, I have no idea.
Great. Well, don't just stand there. Fetch some assistance.
So the driver did. He ran to the nearest telephone box and called for the breakdown train. He came back soon. We've, got a bit of a problem. There's more concrete on the tracks ahead, so the blisters can't come with the breakdown train until it's removed, which won't be until tomorrow.
Blast it! I've got a train full of passengers.
A bus will take them home.
Well, how am I supposed to get home then?
Unless we find another way, you're gonna have to stay put for the night. Oh dear, the road will have a rage tomorrow. Wait a minute! The road! We're only about 900 meters from Arlesborough. We could just have you puff along the road there.
Are you serious? A train go on the road? This is outrageous stupidity!
You want to stay here all night, then? And cause road traffic tomorrow?
No, I'll do it. But just this once.
The passengers helped push Mike onto the road. Mike was terrified. His wheels were wobbling violently.
Oh my Buddha, I don't like this at all.
All right, Mike. Ready? Go! And he pulled the regulator. Mike slowly made his way towards Arlesborough. His wheels weren't used to not being on the rails, and it felt like they would break to pieces any moment. When he had to turn, the workman who had been following behind would lift him and put him in the right direction.
Yikes! Damn it to hell in a handbasket! This is outrageously frightening!
At last, he reached Arlesborough. Donald was there with the breakdown train, as a small railway wasn't accessible by road there.
You're a brave wee engine.
Thank you, Donald. Now please get me back on the rails.
Soon Mike was back on the track. He had never felt so relieved in his life.
We'll assist you back to the shed. Stay where you are.
No, I'll go myself, thank you.
And Mike slunk back to the shed.
I am terribly sorry, Mike. I should have gone slowly with the cement.
Oh no, it wasn't your fault, Jock.
Maybe you'll enjoy it next time. Mike ignored him. Lovely things, Rhodes.
Shut up, Bert.
Mike said no more that night. Let's just say his desire for road travel was at an end. The island was frozen. The temperature was unbearable, and the engines were suffering miserably.
What's the temperature, driver?
Let's see it. Holy crap, it's -20! Oh, it's not that bad. In Aberdeen, it would get quite nippy during the winter months.
Well, at least... Oh no. I've got to take the Flying Kipper tonight.
Ha! Good luck with that, boy.
Driver, do we have to take the Flying Kipper tonight?
I'm sorry, Henry, but the fish must get to the mainland. Ah! It's no use. Your engine is frozen.
Oh,
Oh, there it goes.
Well, it's about time. Come on!
The engines all found life very difficult in the snow. The tracks were icy, which made getting around impossible, and huge snowdrifts were blocking the lines. Eventually, even Donald and Douglas were starting to get miserable.
It's no use, Donald. We're stuck. We ain't stuck. Just put some willy into it. 1, 2, 3. See? I told ya.
But when the twins arrived back at their sheds, Sir Topham Hatt had bad news.
Thank goodness you two are back. The village of Ulfstead has been hit by a catastrophic avalanche and is almost completely buried. I need you two to get your snow plows and plow your way through.
Aye, sir.
And the twins were all geared up and set off. But getting there was easier said than done. The snow was fairly shallow as they entered the Farquhar branch, but they soon found themselves in deeper drifts. Just before Maithwaite, there was a giant drift taller than Donald and Douglas themselves.
Stop, Dougie! Stop!
But the rails were icy, and they skidded helplessly among them.
It's absolutely freezing in here!
Oh, God. This drift is at least 15 feet deep. We're not going anywhere now. Soon, the Fat Controller heard the news.
Oh dear. Well, Thomas and Percy are both trapped at a Norfolk quarry, so the nearest engine would probably be James at Elsbridge. I guess that's our best bet.
Pull them out of the snow? I'm freezing it as it is.
Sorry, James. Donald and Douglas are on an important rescue mission at Ulfstead, and you are the nearest suitable engine.
Rescuing the rescuers. What a life.
James arrived at the scene, cold and miserable.
Thank goodness you're here. The snow is becoming ice around Donald and Douglas, so it's impossible to dig them out. You'll have to pull them out.
Please do.
James was attached to the twins with a rope. And try as he might, his wheels slipped helplessly on the icy rails.
Oh, it's useless.
Come on, James, pull harder.
James pulled and pulled and pulled. He pulled for over an hour, but every time he failed miserably.
Must have 5-hour energy.
Come on, let's keep...
No! I'm done pulling those wretched Scots!
And that was that. James didn't move another inch.
I think I was the one who got rid of that spiteful blackbird and helped you up the hill.
Now, let's see. We tried shoveling, but the snow turned to ice, so that didn't work. And the rails are too icy for an engine to pull the twins out. The crew thought of many methods to try to melt the ice, including urinating on the snow, which only froze on their genitals, causing major discomfort, and smashing rocks on the ice, which bounced back and bruised them quite badly. They tried everything, but nothing worked.
Jesus Christ! Curse this wretched ice!
Just then, Toby came up.
Oh dear, you really are stuck in the snow.
What are you doing here, Toby?
I've come to inform you that Thomas and Percy have been rescued from an awful quarry, and they will proceed with the rescue of Ulfstead. In other words, as soon as possible.
Oh, for f***'s sake!
I was afraid of this. Well, I better head back.
No, please help us. Give James a hand, will you?
Well, I see no harm in doing so.
So Toby buffered up to James, and the two engines pulled as hard as they could.
Come on! Get out of the snow, you wretched bastard!
But the twins remained stuck in the snow.
This is just pathetic.
Toby, go and get the Fat Controller, please. The Fat Controller was having his dinner at McDonald's, so he didn't get the message till late at night. I'll attend to the matter in the morning. It'll be too much trouble to get out there at this weather tonight. James and Toby both went home, leaving Donald and Douglas alone with their crew. They blasted their radio and tried once again to dig the engines out, but the temperature was so cold that even their saliva froze.
Get us out of here, please.
The drivers and firemen tried as hard as they could all through the night. They tried many methods over and over again. Eventually, the sun rose without a wink of sleep from anyone.
Oh, screw snow! God damn you, Ulfstead, for getting us stuck in this mess!
I've got some matches over here. Fat Controller sent them. Okay, what the...
Aha! Get over here and help us!
The workmen tried melting the snow with the matches, but the freezing weather just completely doused the flame. Presently, Diesel arrived, pulling some fuel.
What has happened here? I need to get this fuel to Farquhar. I've got wagons full of flammable substances.
Sorry, but Donald and Douglas are frozen in a block of ice. Hey, wait, flammable? Hey, do you think we could use some of that fuel as an igniter?
Oh, what? Am I talking to a bunch of adolescent rednecks?
The driver explained the situation.
You'll probably just blow up Donald and Douglas rather than rescuing them. But seeing it may be my only way through, I guess you can have some.
But even dousing the bank of ice with fuel, the crew couldn't get a decent flame to ignite it. At last, the Fat Controller arrived with Henry on board. The crew explained what they were trying to do. A very odd but creative solution.
Yes, but it won't light. It's too damn cold.
Jesus Christ!
The fire didn't last long, but it was so hot not only did it free Donald and Douglas, but it melted their wheels.
Ah! It burns!
Hooray for the Fantastic Fort!
Good grief. No wonder Lady Hat sleeps in another room. After being frozen all night, it was great to have that gale of heat.
But not those burning flames. Just look at us.
Now then, Let's get moving back to the shed.
Didn't we just tell you our wheels are melted?
Right. Bugger. One cold evening, Diesel found himself off the rails. He had been reckless and had derailed at the points.
Well, Diesel, this is what happens when you act like an ass.
It wasn't my fault. It was those stupid trucks.
Whatever. Boko is coming with the breakdown train in about an hour.
An hour passed. The eerie wind blew through Diesel's grills. Boko finally rolled in with the breakdown train.
I don't really want to hear this one explained.
Just shut up. Nobody likes you, Boko.
Well, let's get you rolling again.
Shush! I've never heard that whistle before.
Neither have I.
Who's there? Good Lord! Who was that?
I don't know. Did you get a glimpse of who it was?
No. But something very fishy is going on here.
Indeed.
The news about the unknown engine soon spread out.
Normally, I'd think Diesel was nipping at Henry's special coal, but Boko seems to have seen it too, and he's always reasonable.
Oh, for God's sake, how many times do I have to say this? I don't use special coal anymore. Haven't for over 62 years.
Henry does have a point. Anyway, who do you think it is?
It's probably just one of us Sodor engines. The wind can have strange effects on an engine's whistle.
But the other engines weren't sure. However, a week went by, and everyone soon forgot about it. That until one evening, Pip and Emma came back from Barrow.
Goodness gracious, some of the engines on this railway have no respect.
What happened?
Some engine raced past us at Ellsbridge. He wheezed us with smoke and whistled loudly.
Who was it?
I don't know. We were too busy coughing to get a glimpse of him or her, and the whistle was one I'd never heard before.
Bear and Boko exchanged looks. So did Gordon and James.
Well, it's best that I get going.
I think that's the unknown engine I saw. Or more like, felt last week.
Pip and Emma weren't the only ones to feel the presence of the unknown engine. The next day, Henry was pulling an express train. The rain poured like paintballs, and Henry was miserable.
Oh, I wish I could stay in the tunnel again.
Let's not go there, okay? Suddenly, there was a shrill whistle, and something rushed by Henry.
What the hell was that?
Another engine, but I didn't see it. When Henry reached Tidmouth, he told Bertie what had happened.
I've seen that engine. Not very well, but I got a glimpse of it.
What did it look like?
I couldn't really see, but it was a boxy green engine.
Scruff!
It could have been, but this engine's whistle did not sound like Scruff's. But I couldn't really tell.
That evening, the rain had stopped. The engines all had a meeting about the stranger.
Well, let me see. What green tank engines are there here? What green tank engines are on this island?
Me!
It obviously wasn't you, Percy. Who else? Duck?
Oliver!
Peter Sam!
This engine was boxy.
Scruff!
It was not Scruff. I know Scruff's whistle, And I assure you, this engine did not have it.
There was a long silence. Then Gordon finally broke it. I propose that we find out who, it is. We must search the island for clues. If we have more sightings, we can follow it.
Good plan.
Is it really that big of a deal?
Thomas, there is a little bugger snooping around and scaring us. We have to find out who it is.
All right.
Next day, the engines looked for clues of the unknown engine. They searched high and low and asked questions everywhere.
What was the name of this green engine on your old line? Do you really think it's him?
Splasher, I think. He was very rough and reckless. In fact, he was such a pain he was turned into a generator.
Well, first of all, his name was Smudger, not Splasher. Second, how could he return from being a generator and be fixed up without us knowing? And third, how can a narrow gauge engine run on the main line?
Oh, good point.
Well, I remember the engine had sort of a greenish tint, but there was too much smoke for me to tell.
Must have been a leprechaun. Very cheeky, those little men. I do believe I saw a green object along the rails high above this building, and it did not look like any engine I've ever seen.
Where's it headed?
I can hardly tell, but it looked like it was headed to Farquhar.
Farquhar?
Later, Thomas finished his evening train and went to the freight shed to rest.
I think I'll stay here for the night. I'm too tired to go back to Timmy's sheds.
Thomas fell asleep as soon as he shut his eyes. About 20 minutes passed of complete silence. Then, he was suddenly awoken by a strange whistle and puffing noise. He woke to see a brakeman running out of sight.
Driver, quick, after it!
And Thomas thundered down the line, chasing the train down the Farquhar branch.
Come back! I don't want to harm you! I just want to know who you are!
Thomas then realized he was following the engine down an old track. He had never been down it before. Thomas's boiler bubbled with confusion.
I don't think this line is very safe. I wouldn't go down it if I were you.
The engine didn't respond and rolled on ahead. Thomas stopped for a while. I don't think this line is very safe.
But we must find out who this engine is. I'll go down it just a little further.
So Thomas did. Eventually, he came to a quarry where the line ended.
Little engine, where are you? Come out!
No one replied. Thomas looked over at an old carriage shed.
Aha! Now I found you! Come up, little one. I'm not here to harm you. Come on, don't be afraid.
I am afraid.
My friends and I just want to know who you are.
You have no business here. Now run along.
Please come out. I mean you no harm.
I have not talked to another steam engine in over 30 years.
What are you talking about?
You know enough!
Well, alright then. But everyone knows you've been snooping around and they will not stop to find out who you are.
How about I give you a clue?
Yes, please.
Older than old, except one. 170 years since my time begun. Ugly but kind, the little red one called me as I unloaded him from the ship at sea.
No, you can't be.
You know what? Open the doors.
The doors were flung wide open, and out from the shed came the biggest shock of all.
I know of you, Thomas the Tank Engine.
Neil!
Thomas arrived back at the sheds and couldn't wait to tell the other engines.
I meant the unknown engine. His name is
I know an old engine named Neil. Wait! Is he that Neil?
Thomas explained everything. There was a long silence. Edward finally spoke.
Thomas, Neil was around during the Sudrin Revolution. He may have witnessed the events at Gorsaflin.
He must be so ancient. If he's still alive, then he's over 150 years old. The only engine still around that's older than him is Stephen.
And even he didn't see dinosaurs, didn't he, Percy? If he's too afraid to come out, he must have had a traumatizing life after he left Sodor. I wish he would tell us.
Well, he said he will when the day comes.
The engines talked of nothing but Neil for the rest of the night. And sure enough, Neil showed himself the next day.
Oh my goodness, Neil!
It's such an honor to meet you.
I was expecting this.
Please tell us. Why did
Months, if I can remember. India was very, very different from Sodor. It was very crowded, yet not as developed. People were living in what looked like cardboard shacks, but still we were really useful. It would take freight around the area. There were some fascinating steam locomotives here. One that really comes to memory was a very friendly locomotive named Ahmedabad, named after the city he was built in. You locos are very hard working. Don't you ever get tired?
Not really. As long as we're working, we are useful.
I see. Well, with that attitude, you will all be here for a long time. We were there for a long time. As the years progressed, industry flourished. Factories went upwards, and so did our amount of work. That is, until around 1980. The diesel engine had been in India since 1957, so they were not new and were only used for passenger service. But as we became more expensive to operate, things started to change.
Dali Namaskar.
Oh, sorry, I only speak English and...
Of course you do. I know your type. You're British, and to be honest,
I'm surprised you're still here, Steambox.
Who are you to be so rude?
I am Rajoul, one of India's most modern freight engines.
Well, despite what you say, I'm still very useful here.
Oh, are you? Believe me, little box, your era is coming to an end.
As much as I hated that old turkey, he was absolutely right. In 1990, history repeated itself. Our manager spoke to us.
I'm afraid that I cannot afford to have all three of you in service anymore.
You're going to scrap us, aren't you?
No, I am not. I know a small railway in Somalia that is desperate for another engine, but they can only afford one, so I cannot send you three. The other two will be working at a power plant not far from here. You won't be in service as much, but you will last for at least another 30 years.
Who's going there?
I've made that decision already. Clive and Matthew, you're both wearing out, and I do not think Somalia will be the best fit for you. Therefore, Neil will be going there.
So, we'll never see each other again?
I wouldn't say that. Anything is possible.
So I left a week later, and little did I know that it would be worse than being scrapped.
Somalia is a nasty place.
How did you survive?
Mentally, I didn't. At first it was okay. There was extreme poverty, but I was very useful once again, as the transportation was not as developed. But in following years, it didn't matter anymore. The war put the country in huge chaos. Violence everywhere. Industry was very, very weak. The government was gone. Then, in 1996, a group of warlords came and attacked our yard. They were desperate for money to pay their bosses. Bombs shook the ground, bullets rained down on us, and so did the bright scarlet blood. People were slaughtered like pigs. Along the line, bodies were laying like rag dolls. Random gunshots often pelleted buildings. The violence never stopped. People came to our factory with weapons, desperate to feed their families. They had used violence just so their children could have a loaf of bread to eat. Also, engines were hijacked and were never seen again. But I still had to do my work, and I thought to myself, I wish I were scrapped. I should just find an ocean and plunge into it. I wanted to end. I'm sure no one has ever thought like that. Have they?
No, they haven't.
Absolutely not.
Years passed, and eventually I was about to get myself blown up so I wouldn't see any more of it. But the factory went out of business, and your controller found out about me and brought me back. But even being back at my own home couldn't make me happy. It couldn't make up for all the horror I had experienced.
So, why do you hide from us?
I don't necessarily hide from you. I hide from society. The fat controller respected this, so I stay hidden from the world. The world is corrupt. The way people act are like animals, and the way engines are scrapped are like that too. But I hope I am scrapped soon to end this miserable nightmare. And Neil shuddered.
Come on, you can't talk like that, Neil.
I think you would if you saw what I saw.
Look, Neil, we do not deny how terrible your past has been, but you were on Sodor, A place where steam engines thrive, and a place where everyone, well, almost. I experienced them myself. I have sometimes felt that life isn't worth living. But you never know what will happen. You are rescued and safe from all that horror. Did you know that Mark Twain tried to commit suicide? And look what he became, one of the greatest writers in the world. The past is in the past. It can hurt, but you must move on. You don't understand.
Neil, think of it this way. Some things in life are bad. They can really make you mad. Other things just make you swear and curse.
When you're chewing on last gristle, don't grumble. Give a whistle. One day, Thomas wasn't feeling well. He was having trouble building up steam.
You must go to the works, Thomas. Probably just some faulty tubes we can easily fix.
And Edward came to take Thomas away.
Cheer up. You'll be back in service in no time.
The Fat Controller brought Boko to help while Thomas was away, and Mavis also lent a hand with the goods work. Daisy sometimes had to pull rolling stock as well, if the other engines were too busy. She didn't mind pulling coaches like Henrietta or Victoria, but the one thing she hated more than ever were trucks.
Thomas has quite fine coaches.
Annie and Clairville were flattered. Ooh, we do like him. Indeed, but the idea of pulling your passengers is getting obsolete.
Isn't that the definition of a train?
What I mean is, with more diesel rail cars like me, the passengers would be in the locomotive, and there would be no need for fussing about shunting coaches.
Oh, do excuse me, you must go. Let's get these passengers to their destination.
Ah, I get them to their destination.
and precisely on time as well. Later, Daisy was resting in her shed when the Fat Controller came looking very anxious.
Daisy, please do me a huge favor and take some trucks from Farquhar to the quarry, please.
Daisy glared. Trucks! Sir, can't Mavis do it?
Mavis is extremely busy. Thomas would normally do this job.
What about Percy, then?
Just do it, please!
Daisy growled and scuttled to Farquhar. There were only 5 trucks, but they were very old and dirty. Daisy was disgusted. Trucks! The indignity! She coupled up to the trucks and headed off to Anofa Quarry. It's a very short distance from Farquhar to the quarry, but engines have to go very slow because the railway is old and extremely windy. At first, only engines with cowcatchers could ride on it, as Thomas found out with a policeman. But the law has since been changed because farmers are smart enough not to let their livestock roam around near a quarry. Daisy enjoyed the line because she rarely went on it, but did not like going slow, especially while pulling dirty trucks. At this speed, we'll be at the quarry by Christmas. Come on, driver, this is pathetic. Now, Daisy, you know the speed limit is 15 miles per hour. Besides, we're almost there. Daisy growled as she strolled over the magnificent stone bridge. At last, she reached the quarry. Mavis was pleased to see her, but was too busy shunting to say hello. The foreman spoke to Daisy's driver.
Thanks for bringing these, but could you bring them onto the mine shaft line? Therefore, Mavis can just push them into the mine shaft.
Will do. Daisy's driver was in a hurry to get the job done. He jumped in Daisy's cab, pulled the reverser, and accidentally put the throttle to maximum. He didn't realize this and leaned out of the door to watch where Daisy was going. Then it happened. He suddenly realized the throttle was on full, but then he lost his balance and fell out of Daisy. Daisy kept going on without him.
Oh no! God damn it!
Help! Stop me! But Daisy had already left the quarry and raced faster and faster down the line.
Contact Farquhar! Quickly!
She'll derail on the quarry line going that fast around the bends. Fortunately, Daisy didn't, but she was extremely frightened when she whipped around them. Dear God! Woo! The trucks were delighted.
On! Faster! Faster!
At Farquhar, workmen waited at the station to jump onto Daisy and stop her. However, they didn't know how fast she was actually going.
Here she comes! Get ready!
But Daisy was going so fast that when the workmen tried to jump onto her footplate, they bounced off like bouncy balls and severely injured themselves.
What are you trying to do? Dent me?
Daisy rocketed by Boca with Annie and Clarabelle.
Oh my goodness! What are you doing, Daisy?
Having a very frightening experience, that's for sure! All trains on the branch line were halted and diverted into sidings. Percy and Gordon sat waiting at Elsbridge.
A runaway? Probably another line of trucks who someone forgot to couple. Those little buggers. And delaying my train because of them, too.
Oh, it could be. Help!
What the dickens?
Good Lord!
There was no way to stop Daisy by jumping on her, so when the Fat Controller heard the news, he hatched a plan.
I know. Henry and James aren't taking passenger trains right now.
The Fat Controller rushed to Knapford.
Leave your trains here. I need your help. Quickly.
And the engines were positioned in according to plan.
Let me get this straight. You want us to act like buffers? Like Daisy would crash into us at full speed?
With all due respect, sir, I think it would be easier to simply have an engine chase Daisy and grab her with a rope, like Edward did to me.
You were only going like 45 miles per hour and you weren't pulling anything.
Edward's right.
Daisy could be going about 90, and she's probably already past Tidmouth at this rate, so it'd be virtually impossible for an engine going the same direction as her to catch up with her. Sir Topham Hatt was right. Daisy was beyond Tidmouth and thundered through Henry's tunnel. Someone better save me, or I will sue this wretched railway! He's coming! Go backwards, so the impact won't be as strong! He's full of bugs! Oh, come on. You've gotta be kidding! Every ounce of steel in the railway, but Daisy was still going too fast. Go on! Use the reins! You're fine, goddammit! Eventually, they reached the little bus, still not slowing down. No excuses. I'm going to the Daisy's cabin. And the driver behind the The driver then climbed onto Daisy and had a bit of trouble opening the door, but managed to jump in. Alright, on the count of 3, slam on the brakes. 1, 2, 3! And he slammed on Daisy's brakes. All 3 engines braked so hard that sparks flew from their wheels. The trucks caused a bit of a challenge, but the train was slowly slowing down. At last, the train came to a complete stop. Engines were all exhausted.
And we have officially stopped.
The crew all cheered. The engines were too exhausted to say anything, but made a feeble smile.
Feeble?
Edward came with the Fat Controller on board.
Well done, Henry and James. And Daisy, this was purely an accident, so you are not to blame.
Well, that's a relief.
I've got no work right now, so I can take those trucks back to the quarry if you want.
That would be much appreciated, Edward.
Also, Thomas has been repaired, so he'll be back tomorrow.
So there will be no more trucks for you to take. You don't mind, do you?
Oh, please. Trucks are dirty and smelly. I'm highly strung, and anything smelly
is bad for your swerves. We know it.
Millions flock to the Skarloey Railway every year, making it one of the most successful narrow-gauge railways in the world. There are many little engines on this railway. They are Skarloey, Rheneas, Sir Handel, Peter Sam, Rusty, Duncan, Ivo Q, Duke, and Bertram. All 9 of them work extremely hard, but usually they don't mind because they know that they are being really useful. But passengers aren't the only things that keep them useful. There are plenty of goods trains as well, as the roads are too narrow for lorries to travel on, and the goods are essential. Sir Handel hated goods trains, but let's face it, he pretty much hates everything. It was 5 a.m., and time for Sir Handel's early goods train.
Do you know how incredibly unreasonable it is to work right at the crack of dawn? I need my sleep.
If you didn't get up this early, you wouldn't get your work done before the day was over.
Huh!
His driver was right. Handel worked all day, pulling trucks and coaches, and arrived back at the shed absolutely exhausted.
You know, I believe slavery has been abolished for quite some time, hasn't it?
I can see it's been one of those days.
Why, my dear little Sir Handel, hard work builds character. If one is hard-working, then one is chivalrous, virtuous, and all-around genuinely a fantastic entity.
Bertram, you know that thing of yours called a mouth?
Yes? Why?
Do me a favor and shut it!
The other engines were appalled.
How dare you speak to him like that?
But Sir Handel had already fallen asleep.
Oh, don't worry. He's just suffering from the effects of fatigue. Can make an engine very cranky, you know.
Yes, Bertram, we know.
And the other engines all drifted off to sleep. The next day, Mr. Percival had an important message for the engines.
As you probably all know, Ballyhoo Firearms & Co. have been smuggling illegal gunpowder into the island. Fortunately, we've found the whole supply of it not too far from here, and it needs to be destroyed by the government's order.
We will detonate it at the ruins of the boulder quarry.
But what about the boulder?
The blast won't cause any more disturbances with that wretched thing. We have made sure of it. Anyway, the gunpowder is hidden in the defuse truck, so no one will know what we're carrying. Who's going to take it, sir? This is a very serious job, and that can have absolutely no fooling around. I think you're all fine, engines, but Skarloey is wise, and the job is suited for him.
Thank you, sir.
Sir Handel and Duncan were annoyed. They thought they should have taken the train. Skarloey was hitched up to the gunpowder vans just as Sir Handel came to fetch his coaches. I should be pulling that. I'm the most important. As you may know, I am a sir.
Don't worry, Mr. Percival trusts you. But I know everything about trucks, so that's why he gave the job to me.
I should have taken the train. I get my jobs done quickly.
You wouldn't do this job quickly, you'd probably explode.
Before Duncan could reply, the guard blew his whistle and Skarloey was off. Skarloey was very careful with his cars. He knew that one simple bump could make him go up in flames. Skarloey was making good time. He reached the lake without trouble, but ahead of him was pure disaster.
What was that?
What?
I thought I saw someone move over there. Oh, never mind. It must have been the hallucination.
Oh, but it wasn't. What the? Stop your train! Skarloey tried to reverse, but something happened so quick, and next thing Skarloey knew, his driver and fireman were standing face to face with armed gunmen. The men cocked their guns and pointed them at their faces. Skarloey had never been more terrified in his life. Good day, you two. Sorry for the rude interruption. Just got some business to deal with, that's all. Who are you, and what the hell do you want with us? Oh, how rude of me. Let me introduce myself. They call me Thitkins, and these are my, men. We work, or did work, for Ballyhoo Firearms & Co.
Oh dear.
We would appreciate it if you would give us your gunpowder, and maybe the locomotive as well. Go to hell! We can do this the easy way, or the hard way. No one knew that everything had been witnessed by a farmer who called the police, and they responded within seconds. The Sodor SWAT team grabbed their weapons and set off. All trains were halted, and the passengers and engines were furious.
What is the point of holding us up? I need an explanation.
This is absolutely ridiculous. We're over 10 minutes late and we don't know why.
Let's get a move on, goddammit! Got him! Everyone, I am so sorry to keep you all waiting, but we are dealing with an extremely dangerous and terrifying situation.
What's going on?
The number one locomotive on this railway has been confronted by a gang of gunmen. Everyone gasped. No one could speak. The chief of police went on. The police are responding as we speak, but because of this, we will have to cancel all trains. There will be buses coming soon to take you to your desired destinations. Meanwhile, Thitkins and his men were tormenting Skarloey and his crew. This is the finest gunpowder ever, and it is our living. You see, when Ballyhoo Firearms was shut down due to selling this illegal gunpowder from Afghanistan, we lost our jobs. And since we lost our jobs, we lost our homes. It'll take ages to find new jobs, so our boss, who escaped arrest due to hiding, offered us a deal. If we can give him this supply, we will be paid a quarter of the money that he gets from selling it to the black market. If I were you, I'd just stick to finding a new job. Yeah, there are other ways to get money instead of pointing guns in our faces. They didn't know that in the bushes watching them were 10 armed men pointing guns directly at Thitkins and his gang.
Chief, this is Dosen't. We found them, but we have two problems. One, they have guns pointed at the hostages, and two, we can't risk firing because missing would hit the gunpowder, and you know what would happen next. Roger that, Dosen't. You know, what's the point of keeping you two? You're free to go! The men shoved the crew out of the way, and then climbed into Skarloey and the brake van. Let's get rolling!
You won't get away with this.
This is Dosen't again. They've released the hostages, but have hijacked the locomotive. We'll try to follow them, but the road doesn't keep up with the railway. Mr. Percival rounded up all the engines, who were all in deep shock. You have probably all heard about the trauma that has unfolded earlier. Well, fortunately, the driver and fireman have been released and have given us all the details of the men.
Well, that's a relief. But what about Skarloey?
The men have hijacked him and went further down the line. We do not know exactly where he is right now, but he can't get very far without being sighted if he's on rails.
The situation is just unbelievable. No one should have to go through this!
You are quite right, Luke. Since the road does not meet the railway further down the line, it would be most prudent to use railway to transport the SWAT team. We will need 2 locomotives, preferably steam, to avoid any sparks that could ignite gunpowder, and a fair bit of rolling stock. Of course, choose whichever engines you like. Oh dear, I'm not very good at this. The dark brown one looks pretty strong and reminds me of chocolate, so I'll choose you.
Yes, sir. I've always wanted to get involved with crime. Or, I mean, stopping it, of course. That's what I totally meant to say.
And, I've always liked blue, so you as well. Sir Handel was mortified. Sir, with all due respect, this is a very frightening job. Also, do I have to work with Sir Handel? This is an emergency. Please, just do it. So Sir Handel's driver and fireman stoked him up. He set off. Skarloey puffed down the line with Thitkins and his men. He tried to resist their control, but it was futile. So where are we taking this gunpowder? To our truck, you idiot! We parked it up at the slate quarry.
You blithering idiot. You hijacked me past the quarry, and you're going in the complete opposite direction.
There was a loud crack, and Skarloey stopped.
Ow!
Bilge, you are such a f***ing idiot! Reverse the train now! I'm afraid you've jammed the brake when you stopped the engine. Damn.
This is ever so exciting. We're going on a rescue mission.
No, Bertram. We are going on a death march.
Oh, don't be so negative, Sir Handel. Focus on what could go right instead of what could go wrong.
Yeah, like being blown to bits. Everything clear? Good. I'll ride in the brake van. Everyone climbed into the coaches and vans, and the mission was ready to begin.
Commence Operation Railway Pirates.
Pirates?
Yes, they are pirates. They are pirating illegal goods.
How the hell are we going to fix this? We haven't even got super glue. Try toothpaste. Like I carry toothpaste around, eh? Right, I just got a message from Harold's crew. The train's apparently stuck on the other side of the old iron bridge. Oh, great. Fortunately, there's a junction to an old branch line, so Sir Handel will go down that and eventually meet up with Skarloey and the hijackers. And do what? Distract them, of course. There's a turntable on the way, and I suggest you use it. It will be easier to see what is going on if you are facing towards it. More like so I can get bullets shot in my face. It doesn't matter if you get shot. You're made of steel. For us, it's a different matter. Now come along. Orders are orders. And Sir Handel, shaking on his wheels, set out, not knowing if he would come back alive. All right, we are basically stuck.
We could hijack another locomotive.
We're already in too much trouble, Bogus.
Shh! Did you hear that?
Who's there? If you come near us, we'll blast your face off. All right, on the count of 3, you'll shoot forward, and we'll attack them. I think someone's watching us. Now! Ah! Fire! Reach them! The handle blew smoke everywhere. The gunshot suddenly stopped. When the smoke cleared, he saw that everyone but Thitkins had been grabbed by the SWAT team and were officially under arrest. Where's Thitkins? Over there, on the bridge. You'll never catch me alive, suckers! But before he could start running, Bertram and his crew arrived on the other side of the bridge. Thitkins was trapped. It's useless to resist. Toss your weapon over the side of the bridge, and we can settle this the easy way. Did you think I'll surrender this easily? I lost my job because of the wretched government, and I will get it back if I have to blow up everyone on this planet. If you do not drop your weapon, we will have no choice but to fire. He's gonna get himself killed. I doubt you guys have the guts to do so. Go ahead, shoot me. Do not underestimate us. We will fire if we have to. He's not thinking straight. We must persuade him to surrender.
It's no use reasoning with criminals.
You're getting a one-way ticket to a very pathetic way to die. Come and get me! Come shoot me down like a helpless little bird. You've got 5 seconds. If I can't reason with him, I'll use force. Sir Handel raced forward, banged into Skarloey, and moved across the bridge. What are you doing? Saving this man's life. Thitkins tried to run, but the train caught up with him. The brake van didn't hit him that hard, but the force was strong enough to push Thitkins off the bridge. Everyone was quiet. Then, Thitkins' head popped above the water. Is he dead? No, but he looks pretty injured, so it'll be easy to catch him. Sir Handel felt embarrassed, but was surprised to see everyone cheering for him. Well done, Sir Handel. I don't get it. I shoved a guy off a bridge. He wasn't going to surrender, and you saved us from doing the extremely difficult task of killing a man.
I'm impressed that you had compassion for him. He was obviously a criminal, but you still saved his life.
He did not kill anyone. That was not his intent. He was just getting revenge from losing his job, which of course is wrong though, but he was just very desperate. And I would have succeeded if it weren't for you meddling engines. Thitkins and his men were arrested, and when the engines arrived back at their shed, everyone cheered for them.
3 cheers for Sir Handel and Bertram.
Thank goodness you're safe and sound.
A very fine effort indeed. I wouldn't have been able to face men with guns in my face.
Sir Handel and Bertram,
I cannot say how proud I am of you two. You both prevented what could have been a serious tragedy by being extremely brave. We will place a plaque in the shed commemorating your effort.
Thank you, sir. But most of this was Sir Handel's effort. He was the one who got the pirate in custody.
Sir Handel was too exhausted to say anything. He just beamed from buffer to buffer. Sir Handel still hates being overworked, but his mood soon changes after the big engines see him. They say, "Look, there's Sir Handel, the bravest engine on the Skarloey Railway. He stopped the attack of the railway pirates." Hearing this makes him feel like a really useful engine.